back to this house of fashion. Today's episode is going to be based on how to cut a top, which is quite different from your usual kind of tops. So today's tie, we'll be using this fabric to cut it out, and we're going to make use of 2 yards of chiffon fabric. As you can see, this is 2 yards of chiffon fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut the body before the sleeve. So I'm starting with the body. So I'm going to take the measurement of the body now, which is the length measurement. The length that I'm using here, I'm going to use 31 inches with the seam allowance. The main length is 29 inches, so I'm using 2 inches for the seam allowance. So here is the 31 inches with the seam allowance. So I'm going to fold it into 4 places like this. This is into 2. So this is into 4 places now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take measurement of the shoulder. The measurement of shoulder I'm using here, I'm using 7.5 for the shoulder. So the armhole measurement is going to be 12 inches, which is quite different from the normal armhole because of the style we are cutting out. And for this particular style, the 12 inches is a constant measurement for armhole 7.5 inches. And assuming you are dealing with armhole 9 inches, that means you can be adding at least 3 inches to the armhole you are cutting out. So the next thing to do here is to cut out the shoulder. My shoulder slant here, I'm using 1.5 inches for the shoulder slant. So to determine the shoulder here, the shoulder is 7.5 inches. This is my 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. So from here, I'm going to determine the shoulder slant of 1.5 inches. So now I'm going to hold it up here. So like this. The next thing to do here is to take measurement of the armhole, which is 12 inches. Here, these are 12 inches, and the bust measurement here is 41 inches. 41 divided by 4, it should be 10.2 inches, but I'll round it up to 10.5 inches because there's still going to be an allowance, so it's still okay. So I'm using 1.5 inches of seam allowance. So here too, I'm still going to determine the waist length, which is 15.5 inches is here. The waist point, that was what we determined. So the next thing to do now is to measure the waist measurement, which is 36 inches. The wideness of the waist here is 36 inches. So 36 inches divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. So 9 inches is here. The seam allowance of 1.5 inches. So now I'll be using my armhole curve to trace out the armhole. So after that, to the waist here. Then from the waist, just a small slant shape to the main length. So by the time I cut it out, you see how the shape is. You can see. how the shape is. So the next thing to do now is to shape the down part here. I'm going to cut this particular area. I'm covering it with 2 inches. This is my 2 inches. So from these 2 inches, I'm going to make a curved line like this. So let me cut it out for you to see. So from this area, you can see. So this is how it's going to be, as you can see. So the next thing to do here is to cut out the neckline. I can see the top is an high neck, so the wideness of the top here, I'm going to use 2 inches for the wideness of the neck, 3 inches for the wideness of the neck here. So for the deepness of the neck, I'm going to use 2 inches for the back. The front neck is going to be 3 inches. So for the front neck, so now the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it out. The back first. Then I'm going to open it to cut out the front. So for the front neck, so now we are done with the body. The next thing now is the sleeve. Now I'm using this for the sleeve. I'm going to fold it into 4 places. This is into 2 already, then into 4 like this. Since the sleeve is very wide, so I will just make sure I have 15 inches here for the wideness of the sleeve. 15 inches. So this is more than 15 inches. I'll try to adjust it. So now this is 15 inches for the wideness of the sleeve. So the next thing to do now is to determine the sleeve length. I'm using 25 inches for the sleeve length. 25 inches is here with the same allowance. It's 25 inches. So here I'll just make it slant like this. Just the sleeve is just normal slant from here. So this line should be at least 4 inches. 4 inches. So I'm using this. Ignore this. I'm using this one. So now from here now, I'm going to make it slant this area. So I'm making a slant line from here to this edge. So also from this edge to this edge, stay straight, because there's going to be a plate around this area, so there's no need of covering it or doing anything to it. So then this line too, I'm going to complete the line. So the next thing to do now is to cut it out. So this is the shape of the sleeve. So there will be a pleat here, and also here a little bit, as you are seeing it on the picture.